Oh, there we go. Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? My name is Soggo, and welcome to the first episode of my new show, The Soggo Show, where we'll be having a bunch of guests showing up. Not in this episode, though. It's just going to be me for the first episode, but trust me, there's going to be more people soon, okay? And this episode is about AIs, okay? Right, let's get into it. So, first of all, I don't actually want to be in this room right now, because, if you don't know, you can't actually make nav meshes in, like, public rooms like this, like the park or something. So, I'm gonna head over to a completely different room, so let's go. I had a AI test somewhere here. So, first, we're gonna have to enable two things. We're gonna go on our watch here. I was already on the page. We are gonna go to this room, settings. Then we're gonna go to main settings, and then we're gonna scroll all the way down, and then tick allow creative tools beta content. You want to have that enabled. Then we're gonna go down, and then you should see this page here, AI and nav mesh. We're gonna want to bake nav mesh. And it's going to bake to what's already in this room. So, basically, the AI can see all this stuff here. So it can see, like, all like this. And this is going to be like an obstacle in the AI's path. So, it's going to, basically, it's going to try and move it around here. So, all of this stuff is basically where the AI can go. So, let's actually go and try spawn AI now. So, if you want to spawn AI, you want to go on your watch, get out of the tab you're already in, go into your backpack, and then you're going to go to make a pen, click use, make sure you already have it favorited so you can just pull it out your back here. Right, and then you're going to want to go to circuits, on the palette tab, you're going to want to go to circuits, then you're going to go all the way here, and then you're going to go see spawn a gadget. So I'm just going to spawn that right there. So once we have our thing down here, you can go on configure. So it's on here, it's right there. So you can configure it, and then you want to set object. And then as you can see, we have all this stuff here that we can choose. So for this test, I'm just going to use the generic melee goblin. Right. Now I am going to go and spawn I'm going to go into palette, circuits, and I'm going to spawn in a toggle button. So this is going to make it so the AI will spawn whenever this button is pressed. So I'm going to go on my wire tool, and I'm going to wire pressed to spawn. And then that is going to spawn the AI. So as you can see, it's trying to chase me and all that stuff. But what I can do is I can wire the released to reset, and that is just going to completely send that guy to the back room. So yeah, sucks for him. So, basically, now what we gotta do is, if you want to actually get your AI, so you can access all the AI chips here, so I'm gonna show you all the stuff that you can do. So, if I type in AI into the search bar here, you can see that it has all these other chips here. But, you'll find that all this stuff, like it wants to get the AI that is actually looking at it, but there is nothing here that shows, oh yeah, what AI just spawned. But this is the thing that actually put me off of doing AI for a while. You can actually just go. This is really simple. You can just go from rec room object right there. Then you can just then you just wire the object spawned to the object there, and then you can just change that basically to be the AI. So, now we can make it so the AI should look at let's say a player. So, I'm going to go get local player on the search bar. So that is going to be our look target. And then, for example, we could go and we could, let's get a event receiver. And then we could do this, so we can make it so it's, update 30 hertz, or we could do, a different chip entirely. So right now you're gonna hear that boom sound, and that's fine. So basically, if you spawn this in, it should just constantly be looking at you like that. It should never not lock eyes on you. So it's just gonna constantly follow you around like that. So that is basically mostly everything you need to know, but I'm going to show you a few tricks that you can do with this. There should be other tutorials on like different parts of the circuits. Like if you're a very beginner to circuits, I don't recommend doing this just yet. I recommend learning about like what all these chips do and like update 30 Hz, all that stuff. So yeah, I'll show you guys what we can do. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete most of that stuff there. And then I am going to get I'm going to go get on the search bar, AI set line of sight perimeters. Basically, this is like how far it can look without, how far, it can go. So if you just leave this as like this default thing here, just like so, it's like 0 vision range, 0 cone angle, 0 hearing range, all that stuff. It basically it just won't hear you at all. So what we can do here is that we can actually go onto our palette back here. We can go to circuits. That should be at the very beginning here. You should find an AI path point. There you go. So then this is its patrol point, and then we can make it so AI path 2. So now, we can make it so that AI just wants to go to that patrol point. So I'm going to get another event receiver. I'm just going to say this again, you should already have basic knowledge of like all the Maker Pen stuff, like where you need to go for this. So, there we go. And you're gonna hear the bono sound. And that's completely fine, that's normal. Because there is no AI. Again, I'm going to say it again. So now, it's going to want to constantly go to that area. So I can move this around, and it's going to follow it, always. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Something else you can do is you can actually make like something like the wolf rideable or something. So what you could do is you could go and create a seat. Here, so I'm going to get a seat. Right, so now we have our seat. But you're going to go and then you're going to search up for get position. It's already up here. So you're just going to search that up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get that AI. You're going to get that AI there. And then it gets its position there. So that's pretty handy. You can also use the set position. This is what I really recommend using because it's very useful. So the target is going to be the seat here, and the position, you're going to wire that up to the position there. And then you can just basically set it so, oh yeah, on that. Something I may have forgotten to tell you is the fact is you should probably make it so the collision of the seat is off. So right now the goblin is doing that, so I'm just going to despawn it for our own safety. I'm going to turn off visible only when gadgets are visible. So you're going to want to turn off seat collision so it doesn't completely destroy your goblin. So I'm just going to do this over here, and as you can see, I am riding this goblin. I am on top of it. And for example, I can change the position here. Let me just turn around, change the position here so I can make it so it follows basically everywhere I want it to go. So, yeah, I'm riding this goblin right now. Right, so that should be it for now. Make sure to like and subscribe if you actually like this. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for the next episode. And I will see you then.